Good evening. I'd like to call the Tuesday, July 15th, 2025 Springfield Local School Board of Education meeting to order. And Mr. Adams?
Mr. Mason.
Here.
Mrs. Frola.
Yes, here.
Mr. Hofer.
Here.
Mr. Furlong.
Here.
Miss Terry's not going to be here tonight?
No.
Okay.
Not Miss- She won't be here, no. Would you please stand for the allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Board members, is there anyone that wants to speak? Because we've rearranged this, but we'll do that first.
I do have
All
a
right.
couple updates. Some updates from Columbus in regards to the biannual budget that has made a lot of news and kept people up late at night this year. It had passed and then was awaiting Governor DeWine's line item vetoes, of which he had about 67. For our schools, he vetoed number 27, which is non-chartered educational savings account program and educational tax credit. Line item 51 is STR and SER employee contributions. There was some controversy on if the boards were going to support that or not. He vetoed that. Item 53, partisan school boards elections, which means right now we're nonpartisan. If that went through, we would have either had to declare either you're a Democrat, an independent, or Republican. He vetoed that. Item number 55, County Budget Commission's authority and procedures. That was a partial veto. Item 63, which there was a lot of discussion on this, was the cash balance carryover at 40%. He vetoed that. Item number 65, for probably 284 school districts in the state of Ohio, of which we would have been one. 20 mil floor calculations, which had been included fixed sum levies, which we have all of those. He vetoed that. Item number 66, school district property tax restrictions, eliminate fixed sum levies. He vetoed that. So those were vetoed. And then,
But
yes.
you can override them.
There is a push Monday, July 21st in Columbus to override item 55, property tax county budget commission authority and procedures. Item 65, which will directly impact this district heavily. Item 65, which is 20 mil floor, which if that does get overridden, I think everybody here, I'll be like Mr. Adams. I don't know if I'll have a whole lot of this left. I'm sorry to pick on you, but that will just blow my world up, and everybody's here. And then item 66, school district property tax levy restrictions. To say at least, I'll read a little bit of both. 55, the veto removed provisions allowing county budget commissions to reduce millage on any voter-approved tax levy aside from debt levy. This provision prevents concerns about constitutional uniformity. Over 1/3 of Ohio's school districts span multiple counties. We're one of them. We have a little bit in Portage. All residents of a school district vote on school levies regardless of their county residence. Under these provisions, single county budget commissions could lower the millage for the residents in a county, creating uniformity issues for residents in other counties. That's 55. Item 65, the 20 mil floor calculation, which is really important to us. The veto removed provisions that change which levies are included in the 20 mil floor calculation. Under the bill, emergency levies, which we have, substitute levies, incremental growth levies, conversion levies, and property tax portions of combined levies would all count towards the 20 mil floor. If the provisions are restored, approximately 200 districts will no longer be at the floor due to these changes, which means they have no mechanism to deal with inflation. In many of these districts, new money levies are simply not possible. It will just create a massive headache. These Changes will result in more frequent levy requests being put before voters and disproportionately impact small and rural districts. I would consider us not rural, but I would consider us small. This will increase the likelihood that districts will face fiscal emergencies and require state solvency assistance. Item 66, the last one of the three that are being considered being overturned. The governor vetoed provisions that eliminate the ability of districts to levy replacement property tax levies as well as fixed sum emergency, substitute emergency, combined school district income tax, and fixed sum property tax levies. Each school district is unique, and the levies passed by the voters in these communities reflect the needs of their communities. Communities may prefer to levy a fixed sum levy rather than asking for new operating millage levy dollars to maintain existing services. So, you've all heard me before, and you're going to hear me again. You need to call Casey Weinstein, he's our senator for this district, and Jack Daniels, and let them know, especially Jack, because he's on the Republican side, that he really needs to not allow the veto. He needs to vote against these. So, and if he doesn't, I may be looking for a new job. I don't know yet. I haven't made that declaration
You're going to
yet.
give up on the kids? Nah, we won't give up on the kids.
That's hard to do. So, yeah, but-
Donnie, do you have any?
Thanks for staying on top of that. It's very informative to help us out because the verbiage is very hard to understand many times. Something that's coming up this weekend that's really cool. The Springfield Cares Backpack Program is 9 to 12 this Saturday at Lakemore Methodist Church on Flickinger. That's from 9 to 12, so anybody who is enrolled in the school district, just come with a parent and you get hooked up with a book bag and school supplies. Their 12th annual one,
This Saturday?
Good program.
Saturday 9 to 12.
Pardon?
No comments from me.
Pardon?
No comments from me.
Okay. My only comment is going to be on moving, we're moving the board agenda to put the executive session later in the, so we're going to skip over 5.
But before we go on,
Okay.
I'm gonna, so we can rearrange some stuff, do you want to? This is gonna be, this is.
Okay,
We didn't put this in
okay.
there, so,
So I alluded to last month at the board meeting that our transportation supervisor, Melinda Hamilton, was at the Ohio Association of Pupil Transportation Conference during the meeting, and she was surprised with an award there granted by the board of the Ohio Association of Pupil Transportation Board, the Everyday Hero Award there that she received from that organization. So I since learned that this was the first year that they have issued this award, and Melinda was honored to be the first recipient of the award there. So I think it's well deserved, and this award was created to recognize those who just every day are, making things happen and getting things done and often go unrecognized, but are truly making everything happen there. I was almost going to make a making things go round joke there, but I decided.
but you did it anyway.
But I did it.
But you did it anyway.
So Melinda really goes above and beyond to make sure that everything happens around the district and gets done there. So we're appreciative of that, and she's very deserving of this award.
Extremely.
Congratulations,
Melinda, thank you.
Melinda.
You know what, and thank you for everything you do. And you
I
are,
say that I have a wonderful, wonderful group of bus drivers, monitors, and mechanics that make my job a whole lot easier too. So I like to thank them because I think they deserve recognition also.
awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, good.
Yeah, let's-
Approval of minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to number 7. It is recommended that the board approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 10, 2025, and the special meeting and work session from June 30, 2025, and these were provided in Exhibits 1 and 1A.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Adams has been moved and second.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mr. Furlong?
Yes.
Mrs. Frola.
Yes. Okay, at this time, citizens' comments on agenda items are welcome. Participants are asked to try to limit to 5 minutes. Are there any citizens' comments? Right, seeing none, then we'll go to the next favorite thing, pay some bills.
Check.
All right, number 9, payment of bills. It is recommended that the board approve payment of bills for the month of June pending audit, and these were provided in Exhibit 2.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second, Mr. Adams?
Mr. Furlong.
Yes.
Mr. Mason.
Yes.
Mr. Hofer.
Yes.
Mrs. Frola.
Yes. Motion passed. Number 10 is recommended that the board accept the financial reports from the treasurer for June 2025, and these are provided in Exhibits 3, 4, and 5.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Hofer.
Yes.
Mr. Mason.
Yes.
Mrs. Frola.
Yes.
Mr. Furlong.
Yes.
All right, motion passed. Number 11, it is recommended that the board accept or approve the following personnel items. 11.1, resignations. Accept the resignation of the following teachers: Abigail Garlock, effective 2025-26 school year, 25-26 school year. Corey Tanksley, effective the 25-26 school year. 11.2, accept the resignation of classified employee Denise Taylor, effective August 1, 2025. 11.3, employment. Reassign classified employee Michael Cooper as an 8-hour custodian at Springfield High School and Junior High per the negotiated agreement pending a proper licensure, and that would take effect August 4, 2025. Employment. Employ McKenna Fast as a 100% intervention specialist per the negotiated agreement, pending proper licensure and pre-employment screening, effective the 25-26 school year. 11, the next is employ Tina Hedrick as a routed bus driver per the negotiated agreement, pending proper licensure and pre-employment screening, effective the 25-26 school year. 11.6 is employ April Jowers as a classified substitute per the negotiated agreement, pending proper licensure and pre-employment screening, effective the first day assigned. The 11.7 is approve the following teachers as listed in the agenda to serve as resident, educator, mentors, or facilitators for the 25-26 school year, pending proper licensure and completion of required training on an as-needed basis. 11.8, approve the certified staff the following certified staff members as LPDC members for the 25-26 school year per the negotiated agreement, and you'll see those, that list on the agenda. 11.9, approve 15 days extended time for Counselor Tiffany Rittenauer for the 25-26 school year. And gives 3 days, 1 week, or 3 weeks, one before, after school's out, and 2 weeks before the beginning. That's why that is appropriate. Number 11.10, approve a 7% counselor non-sport supplemental contract for the 25-26 school year for Tiffany Rittenauer per the negotiated agreement, pending proper licensure. 11.11, approve an athletic supplemental contract for the 25-26 school year for Mason Inman as a 7th grade football assistant coach at $8.6 per the negotiated agreement, pending proper licensure and pre-employment screening. That's all the personnel.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so
Before we vote, you guys are fortunate, you've already met McKenna. McKenna is excited to be here, so we are to have her here, so it's going to be great. She's going to be an intervention specialist at Spring Hill at this point in time. There's a couple things that are going on with all of our employment. We would have done Tiffany Rittenauer with the 15 days with the other counselors, but we did not do that because she was officially being hired at that point in time, so that's why we extended those on to this agenda
And
tonight.
that's why
So,
I mentioned it, because
yeah, I appreciate that. But those are typical. LPDC is a requirement that we go through that. Our LPDC handles all the professional development that the teachers do throughout the year in order to renew their license for their next renewal. And then resident educators, facilitators, mentors/facilitators, those we pair up with new hires who are in their first or second year of teaching. So that way they have, the new teacher will have an experienced teacher in order to lead them through some of the processes that we have. And at this point in time, I think we only have one of those mentors who is not associated with an RE, a resident educator.
Wow, which
So
is
we have
amazing.
quite a few people.
Yeah.
So Tiffany, welcome. Not Tiffany,
McKenna.
McKenna, I was hearing Tiffany. McKenna, welcome, so sorry. I think you're gonna love it here. It's, people who come don't usually leave. So it's a great place to be, and Spring Hill is gonna be it's gonna be all brand new almost, so it's
It's gonna be a great home.
It's gonna be a great home, and hopefully we'll have some things planned for you to meet some new friends and build some relationships and get you a mentor.
We already have one.
Oh, we already have one for you.
We already have one.
There we go, so
Where
we're
did you go to
good.
school?
Yeah, and I just signed her
Where did you go to
contract.
school? Akron? Awesome.
Welcome to Spartan Nation.
Welcome.
Awesome, welcome, thank you.
Thank you.
Vote on it. Did we vote?
You know, and just with
No,
my
we have not.
comments,
Yeah.
and you know, just with my comment that nobody ever leaves, you know, we do have those two people who are resigning, and it's not, I mean, it's better just opportunities for them on what they're looking for in their careers and their lives, and so,
And they were new, they would have been new to us, right, both of them?
no,
Oh,
no.
the two that are leaving.
They've been here
No.
both with us for at least
No.
1 year.
Yeah.
One has been here for 1 year, one has been here for 2 years. One is leaving because they are moving out of state.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah,
are leaving Ohio as
That was a
whole.
tough decision for him.
Yeah.
It was a very tough, and for both of them, it was a very tough decision, so it's it's gonna be a wonderful place to be, so welcome. I love this place, okay.
All right, should we vote, Mr. Adams?
All right,
Okay,
Oh, it should be.
we'll make it
don't
official.
leave yet, gotta wait till we vote, and then.
Mrs. Frola.
Then you're official, you're not official yet.
Mrs. Frola.
Yes.
Mr. Hofer.
Yes.
Mr. Furlong.
Yes.
Mr. Mason.
Yes.
Now you're
Now you're
official.
official, welcome to Springfield, all right. You guys can leave, yeah, that's fine, we're good, thanks. Well, you could kick out too.
Stick around for that. In case there's any questions.
And if you're a parent of this young lady, she's making money now.
You know what? I'm gonna change one more thing.
That's always a good
Let's go to
thing.
number 12 right now,
Okay,
because then, so Melinda doesn't have to sit around.
okay.
And then,
And then after 12,
then we'll go to executive session.
okay. You put it down there, but you need it up there. Okay. All right, at this time, we're going to do number 12, the beginning and ending of school per the day. It is recommended that the board approve the following school start and end times effective the 25-26 school year. Springfield High School and Junior High, the student day would be 7:40. Arrival or beginning 2:30 would be the end of the day, and the bus drop-off pickup is drop-off and pickup 7:15 and 2:30. Schropp Intermediate, student day 8:20 to 3:05. Bus drop-off and pickup 8 o'clock, 3:05. Spring Hill Elementary, the student day is 9 to 3:40. Bus drop-off, pickup 8:40 to 3:40. Springfield Preschool in the AM, drop-off, 8 o'clock. It's 8 to 11, and the pickup is drop-off is 7:55 to 11. Springfield Preschool PM, student day is 12 to 3. Bus drop-off and pickup will be 11:55 to 3 o'clock. Got all that?
Got it.
So moved.
And second?
Okay, so the reason why we're doing this, okay, a couple things. This is going to allow us to bring back full busing for all students. So, you know, that is something that this board has made as a promise, that if, you know, as levies are passing, that this was something that was very important to this board to make sure that we did it. So, you know, thank you for allowing us to be able to provide for our kids what our kids need. And definitely, you know, full busing it is. Melinda, thank you for working your magic and getting this to where it will work out. We will have for the families, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna start releasing information.
Well, we will start releasing information this week for the families so they can start planning on what the next school year is going to look at. But again, bringing back full busing was a promise that, and it's very, very important. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
And adjusting the schedule like this allowed us to do that at minimal cost and without adding additional drivers and buses and everything within the confines of the resources that we currently have. That's why we had to adjust the schedule rather than just add, you know,
More buses.
more buses and more drivers.
So just for the people that might be listening, you know, not here, say that again, that we are not expanding employment or the number of buses.
No, we're
Thanks to
doing this
Melinda's
within
work,
our.
we're going to work with what we already have.
Yes, with
Yeah.
minimum, if there is any cost increase, it'll be minimal, very minimal.
Yeah, I just
So-
wanted to make sure that was.
No, that's a very good point, because not only did we bring back something we promised, but we're doing it at a very, very, very cost-efficient, fiscally responsible move.
Thank you, Melinda.
So, thank you.
No kids walking down Sanitarium now, unless they choose to.
Unless they choose to, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, part of the information we'll be releasing is encouraging people to get in their final forms and submit those, especially for this process, updating their transportation information, whether they'll be taking advantage of busing or have alternate arrangements, such as babysitter situations and stuff that we need to know about to properly route the students. The earlier we can get that information, the more effectively we're going to be able to get stop times out to parents and be accurate with that, not have to continuously update it as we, you know, always seems to be the case that we issue route times and people are like, oh yeah, I've got to turn in their babysitter forms, and then all the route times change because this kid comes off here and moves over here and so on. So I want to try and front load that this year as much as possible, and we'll communicate that out.
I didn't know where our cluster stops are going to be. Yeah.
Mr. Adams?
Mrs. Frola? We're voting on the times.
Yes.
Yes?
Did you
Mr.
say
Mason?
Mrs. Frola?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Furlong?
Yes.
Mr. Hover?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right, now you can leave.
All right, at
Now.
this time, yeah, now we're going to go back here
Uh-huh.
to number 5. It is recommended that the board go into executive session at this time to consider the compensation of a public employee or official.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second, Mr. Adams?
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Mr. Hover?
Yes.
Mr. Furlong?
Yes.
Mrs. Frola?
Yes. Motion passed.
And there will be no action.
And when we return and adjourn from executive session, there will be no action.
Based on the executive session.
Huh?
There'll be no action taken on executive session.
Yeah.
We do have other things we have to work on.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. All right, let's go to the room.
right, we are
7:56.
down to number 6. It is recommended that the board adjourn executive session at this time.
Motion.
Second?
Okay, it's been moved and second, Mr. Adams.
Who motioned?
Parker and then
did.
Donnie.
And Donnie seconded.
Okay. Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Mr. Furlong?
Yes.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mr. Furlong?
Yes. Okay, now,
Number 13 we're on.
13.
we're down to third. Yeah, that's what I didn't want to. All right. It is recommended that the board approve a service contract with the Educational Service Center of Northeast Ohio to provide visual impairment services for the 25-26 school year.
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
So
Thank
we
you.
normally have it with Summit County ESC, but this is for,
They don't, the Summit County ESC doesn't offer services for students that have a visual impairment, so we go to the Northeast Ohio.
Okay.
Cuyahoga County's one.
Yeah.
Where is the Northeast Ohio?
It's on Rockside Road.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
it's
up-
further north, okay. All right, it's been moved and seconded. Mr. Adams?
Mr. Furlong?
Yes. I
Hofer?
I get
Yes.
full.
I'm sorry. Mr. Furlong?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
I should know this by now.
All right, motion passed. Number 15, it is recommended.
14.
Huh?
14.
14? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
It is recommended that the board approve a service agreement with Summa Health System to provide sports medicine services.
Motion.
So, second?
Moved in second, Mr. Adams?
Okay, just what this is, which we're very lucky, and I know you call, you.
I had all
you-
my questions answered.
You had all your questions answered, which was really good. Let me see something here real quick. Give me 1 second. Shoot, I thought I had. One second. I just want to see if I have something here. So this is for our trainer. As you know, last year, we had a really hard time getting the trainers, and it wasn't any fault of our own. It was just the way that SUMA and all the other healthcares decided to start paying them. Kevin says she's absolutely amazing. She's working with our kids, and she goes, the kids are reacting very well to her. So we're very pleased to have her join our team.
Looks like the breakdown of 1,600 hours is very sufficient.
Yes, yes.
Mrs. Furlong?
Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Hofer?
Yes.
Mr. Furlong?
Yes.
Mr. Mason?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Number 15, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It is recommended that the board approve a resolution declaring transportation to other schools impractical in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code sections 3327.01 and 3327.02, and therefore will offer payment in lieu of the transportation.
So moved.
Second?
And this, of course, is for busing, kids that we determine that is impractical, that we pay the parents in lieu of for.
And we've been taking a very close look at this over the last couple of years. Last year, you may remember, I said that we were taking one school off of the impractical list and going to provide busing to that because of the number of students that were attending that. It became, finally tipped the scales there, where it made more sense for us to provide that transportation than to make the payment in lieu of. So we did one school last year, and we're starting another school that tipped that scale this year. So it'll be another school that we're taking off the impractical list for this coming school year there. And and always keeping our eye open for
It used to be-
potential cost savings.
What, $156? It's skyrocketed now.
Yeah, I mean, it changed, it was up to 250 and then state law changed and it changes every year and now it's almost 600 a year.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
per
so
person.
Wow.
that changed the scale on a lot of those.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
quite-
that would change your, that would change your look factor at it pretty intently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mrs. Frola,
Yes.
Mr. Hofer,
Yes.
Mr. Furlong,
Yes.
Mr. Mason.
Yes.
A motion passed. Number 16, it is recommended that the board approve a resolution determining to proceed with the submission of the question of the renewal of an existing tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation to the electors of the Springfield Local School District pursuant to sections 5705.21 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Motion.
Second?
And remember, this is the, this resolution is for, if you remember, we had 4 operating levies. We passed the 1, we passed the 2, and if you remember the pie chart, which we will put out again, this is that last piece of the pie for the operating levies.
It will give us financial stability for 5 years
Or more,
or more.
or more.
We haven't been able to say that since I've been here.
My goal is to make it more than 5 years.
Music to my ears. All right, Mr. Mason,
Yes.
Mr. Furlong,
Yes.
Mr. Hofer,
Yes.
Mrs. Frola.
Yes. Our next, 7, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say
17
something now.
Did you want to say
No, I'm
something?
good.
It is recommended that the board approve a resolution determining to proceed with the submission of the question of the renewal of an existing tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation to the electors of the Springfield Local School District pursuant to sections 5705.194 to 5705.197 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Motion.
Second?
Yep. And then this is our PI levy.
That's what I was going to.
Yes, yes, so this is for our permanent improvement, and I think it's
It's down to very small, collects about 300,000.
it collects about $300,000 a year
That's it.
for us,
For all our buildings.
for all our,
And all our roofs.
yes.
And all our parking lots. And
Yes.
all the new chairs.
That was based,
Yeah,
that was originally
I've been
passed
there.
in
Okay.
1960-something?
Mr. Adams?
Wow.
Mrs. Frola,
Yes.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
Mr. Hofer,
Yes.
Mr. Furlong.
Yes.
All right. Motion passed. Mr. Adams, do you have a treasurer's report?
I do.
Okay.
Here we go.
So I can see it.
So we closed our books for the fiscal year, and I wanted to give you a recap of how we did versus our budget. And what specific group really helped us. So we're talking revenue right here, okay? Where's my pointer? All of the revenue came in $500,000 better than budget, which means total revenue came in $358,000 better than budget, okay? Real estate was down a little bit, foundation was down a little bit. When I say a little bit, collectively about $150,000. But this category right here, we got some Medicaid reimbursements that were quite large versus prior years, which is good. If you go down to expenditures, Dustin, our expenditures came in, keep going, about 100, a little bit farther, and I'll explain it. 140,000 unfavorable. So we beat budget by $250,000. Let's go up to personnel services because I want to explain why we were, a lot of this number right here was because of a quite large severance package that we had to pay for retirees. I mean, we planned on it at the beginning of the year, right? 4, we had 13, and then we had one teacher that decided she wanted her pay not over the summer lump, okay? But look at benefits. We beat budget by $436,000. Look at all other objects. That came in better than 292, so it kind of offset it. This number right here, benefits, as we know, is going up next year by 17.3%. But with the new individuals that we've hired, I'm expecting it to be in the 13% range because of all the employees that are either single or on their parents' plan. So that's good, because right here, my old forecast was forecasting on this budget. Well, it's going to really have to be taken into consideration here. This will be substantially modified too, because we won't have what we had last year. Overall, my goal was always, if you go all the way down, was to hit a bogey, okay? And that bogey was met. Meaning I wanted to have a certain amount of money in my bank at the end of the year. And we have about 300,000 more, which helps us with our forecast. So it was a good year, meaning no surprises. And you know, with a treasurer, that's the biggest thing, is to have a surprise, that you have to go to your board and tell them that my forecast is not really that good, and we're not gonna make it 5 years or longer when our levy passes. So we're really on the cusp in this district to have a forecast that's manageable, that helps Shelley and her team come together with new plans. It's really a nice time for us right now. So we just have to keep it going.
We have to get that levy, to finish
we
the
do.
pie.
That will solidify us for many years to come, which is wonderful. I know Dave has, we've never seen that since we've been here, you know? Thanks.
Yep. And just to note, usually we have a pretty good idea of our retirements. STRs really just threw us for a loop this year. I mean, when they went from all of a sudden 33 to,
Well, it was 34 at the beginning of the year, then it went to 33, and then it went to 32 all in last year.
yeah, so I mean, so that's why that's why we were so off with our number.
Okay.
Because that was a huge yo-yo for us. Not a yo-yo, it went down and they walked the dog.
It was a dropping ball.
Yeah, that's what it's.
All right, central office report.
We talked about permanent improvement with recommending to renew that levy there and some items that we're working on this summer. You'll see we have 2 different permanent improvement programs, one with the high school and then one for the rest of the district there. So you'll see right now the parking lot at the high school is being seal coated, which why we do that preventatively to avoid potholes and cracks becoming a problem. Keeps the moisture out. So they'll fill any cracks, small cracks that have developed, and then seal over everything. So we do that to avoid larger costs in the future there. And then next Wednesday, July 23rd, we will have our first meeting of the Facilities and Capital Planning Committee that I've talked about the last several months there, to bring that group together and start. First meeting will largely be creating a baseline, explaining to them what our budget is, where things have been spent, what we have to take care of. We're working right now on putting together a spreadsheet of all the square footages of roofing and parking lots, so try to understand the scope of what we're dealing with and the age of the latest improvements on some of those, which is quite breathtaking, if you will, to see some of our roofs pushing 30, 40 years old.
How many volunteers, or how many members? What would the
There'll be
members?
10 members on that
10
committee.
members. And then the other thing I want to mention, in case someone heard you say 2 permanent, but the one was built into
The bond issue for
the
the.
bond
new
issue,
build.
so it isn't like that's something we're going to ask people to vote on.
No, that was,
Yeah, it's already there.
Yeah.
I just clarification.
very good.
Two things. One, tax-free weekend is coming up in Ohio. It actually is no longer a weekend, it's actually 2 weeks. So we have August 1st through 14th is considered tax-free weekend in Ohio for up to $500 worth of tangible property for use for, almost anything. There are a few exceptions, but that is a huge holiday coming up. And then if you are paying attention to what's going on national news, you know that the current administration is looking at the dismantling of the U.S. Department of Education. Currently, we are awaiting almost $800,000 worth of funding through the U.S. DOE that comes to us that we're eligible for, that I wrote a grant for, and I don't have access to that money at this point in time. So hopefully I can get that soon.
On that, they're saying that they're just looking at it. Hopefully, they will release the funds to us. If not, that's going to be $800,000 that we're going to be short. Yes.
And what
Title
book
I.
is that grant cover?
IDEA, Title II, and Title IV,
Oh,
That's a
comes
big
about-
one,
And Title
that's a
III.
big one.
and Title III also.
So it's a total of about $800,000. So we had to, and Mary did an amazing job, we had to write the budget for it, and we had to submit it.
And then we cleared it all out.
And then they said, oops, and they took all the money away. So the money was in there. We did all the work. Mary did all the
There
work.
was some holding dollars. There was about $500,000 in there, so we did some holding work with the information based off of it. And then they said that these are just placeholders based off of past history, and that they would give the rest of the funds to us in the future, and then they just took them all.
They took
away.
it all.
The whole grant process disappeared. So, it'll be back.
So this
Department of
is
Education is
this is
disappearing.
another, and I do have, and I will send it out to you tomorrow, that is something we need to write to Governor DeWine about, to let them know to release our funds. That this is going to
It's a lot.
affect, this is a lot.
It's a lot.
And that would be just not our district.
Oh, no, that's across the,
It's across everybody.
It's across the
Everybody who
country.
gets federal funding.
it's across the country.
Okay, thank you.
I don't really have too much. July for me is a lot of organization of caseloads or prospective caseloads and reviewing numbers and what kids will be serviced by what teachers next year. So not a lot of pretty fancy things. But we do have, yes, kindergarten registration and preschool registration. People can still sign up for both of those.
So that's exciting. And, that's basically what July is. July is us just getting ready for next year, and it's a busy month, and it's an exciting month. I'm going to give kudos to Mary. I mean, every time I turn around, she's interviewing, and we thought we were done,
And we're not.
and we're not. So hopefully but it's an exciting time that we're getting all the new teachers and everything, and Christina undermines what she does, but getting the caseloads ready, getting all the paperwork ready, that's all relates to funding. So that's very important of what she does. And then, of course, Dustin, working very closely with Melinda and the busing and all these projects we have going on. I know sometimes he's not sleeping at night when he's looking to see how we take that $300,000 and how do we spend it. So hopefully the committee will help, but it's, when you start reading, when we get to number 21, and you start reading those dates,
Yep.
you are going to see that
It's here.
it's here.
It's
Yeah,
here.
it is.
We are planning an administrative retreat, not that we're going anywhere, but it's going to be July 31st and August 1st. We usually go up to Summit County. They have a symposium, but they're not doing it this year, so we're going to do our own little symposium with them. So we're excited about that. And then it's not on there. Safety Town.
Yes.
Safety Town is going to be August 12th, 13th, and 14th from 9 to 11. So parents, get your kids who are going to be kindergartners signed up to go to Safety Town. It's a pretty, I don't know if you guys have ever,
Again?
I don't know if you've ever gone. It's pretty fun to watch the kiddos on that. August 12th, 13th, and 14th from 9 to 11 at the high school.
Just thinking when I was working,
Uh-huh.
what people would say, what do you do all summer? Do you just sit in the building?
Oh, people still ask us that.
Well, I count books.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
an extremely busy time.
Yeah, if you don't do this, it's hard to realize what all has to be done.
Right.
I do. Okay, do you have anything else?
No, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. Items worthy of your note. It's a coming. August 4th, school building offices reopened.
Yes.
August 18th is the staff's first day where they have a convocation. August the 19th, staff in service. August 20, students' first day of classes for grades 1 through 6, 7, and 9. August 21st, all students 1 through 12. August 26th, preschool first day. August 26th, kindergarten first day, A through L only. These are the people that are wishing their names started with P. August 27th, kindergarten last name M through Z only. And then on the 28th, all kindergartners come to school.
And just a couple of things, August 4th with the school buildings, not only do we have new administrators, but Spring Hill is going to have a new head secretary. Schrapp, Vicky, this is only going to be her second year, and then the high school is going to have 2 new secretaries. So there's a lot of new change there. August 20th, the reason why 7th and 9th grade comes in, that's going to be our Connections Day. Even though the 9th graders have been in the building before, it's the first time they're going to be high schoolers, and things change. So they get to learn high school. And then I think, when did we start with kindergartners? 2 years ago? The transition was 2 years ago? So 2 years ago, we introduced transitioning the kindergartners because it's easier for the teachers to help them learn at least what school is. And it gives a better chance of, how to use the bathroom, walking down the halls, and plus, it helps with the busing.
School etiquette.
School etiquette, yes, that's it exactly. Yes, it is, that's awesome, so.
Oh. I can't believe it's here already.
Went fast.
All right,
It's too
I'm going to
fast.
skip number 22 because we don't have anyone present who would give citizens comments.
No, we do not.
So, we'll move to it as recommended that the meeting be adjourned at this time.
Motion.
Second?
Okay, it's been moved and second. Mr. Adams?
Mr. Furlong,
Yes.
Mr. Mason.
Yes.
Mr. Hofer,
Yes.
Mrs. Frola.
Yes. Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you
Good
very
job,
much.
guys.
Cynthia, you didn't give me back those documents, did you?
Huh?